You ever look at your calendar and think, wow, I really thought I did have time to meditate, eat vegetables, or cook fresh meal, clean, and be productive this week? That's cute. If you have ever balanced a Zoom call while reheating pasta and also answering a text from your mom asking how was your day, oh, congratulations. You are one woman circus, and this show it's for you. Hey, welcome back to She Works It Out, the podcast where we laugh, we cry, we try to pretend our Google calendars do not control our emotions. I'm your host Sonal, a recovering overscheduler, queen of unwashed laundry chairs, and someone who once overbooked or double booked therapy and dentist appointment. Priorities were unclear. Today, we are talking about balance. You know that thing we supposedly chasing but somehow keep tripping over? Yep, that one. And guess what? Perfect balance is a myth. Real balance is messy, it's flexible, held together with a to-do list and some leftover tacos. So let's get into the kiosk, shall we? So the first story today is about the weekend that wasn't restful at all. So I blocked off my entire weekend for me time. A dream, right? Spoiler alert, it turned out into laundry, grocery, cleaning, helping my cousin move, and watching 5 faucet fixing YouTube videos. And that fancy bath bomb I bought, that is still in wrapper. By Monday, I was so tired, I almost emailed my coffee mug. And when people asked me, how was your weekend? I said, totally chilled, while blinking like I did seen things. So the lesson here is time off isn't rest if you fill it with tasks. You are not machine. Leave the room for actual recharging. Speaking of trying to relax, let's move on to my next story, which is the yoga class that turned into therapy and mini meltdown. So I went to yoga once to chill, to relax, to breathe, and to pretend I had it all together. 5 minutes in, the instructor says, breathe into your heart and let go what you are carrying. Okay. And suddenly, I am sobbing into my yoga mat. A woman next to me patted my back and whispered, happens to rest of us as well. So the lesson here is sometimes your body knows you are overloaded, but your brain catches on. So listen to it, and tears during child pose, totally valid. But let's be real. Whether you cry in yoga or not, life doesn't take a break, especially when you're wearing multiple hats. So my next story is about when my house, my kids, my job all needed me at once. Picture this. I'm prepping for this big meeting. My 6-year-old is losing it over a broken crayon, and my 10-year-old is like all of a sudden remembered, my science project is due today. My oven is beeping, my phone is buzzing about a reminder about my mom's doctor's appointment. Too much overwhelming stuff going on. Okay, I thought about hiding under the bed, but instead I microwaved whatever was edible and served. I pushed my meeting and told my kids, let's pretend this macaroni is your project. So lesson here is balance isn't about doing it all. It's knowing when to improvise. And yes, even survival, that absolutely counts. So let's not forget how good we are in pretending to rest when really we are just in different clothes. So my next story is about my calendar said no, but I went anyway. So one evening, I had these 3 things in my calendar or in my plan: a work call, a friend's catch up, and laundry. And guess what I really needed? A sleep and maybe a donut. So instead of pushing it through, I made a cup of tea for myself. I watched a terrible rom-com and didn't feel guilty. Nothing exploded. Task got done later. I woke up human. So the lesson here is time isn't a puzzle. No? It's your own space. Choose peace over pressure. Sometimes doing less is most productive thing. And then, just when you think you are getting hang of things, life throws one more important thing your way. So my final story today is about the day my parent needed me and I had nothing left. So a long day, I was like a toast. I was dreaming of, having a couch time, but my mom called and she said, Dad is sick. We need to take him to hospital. Can you come? Of course, I went. I took them to hospital. While I was in my car, I realized, I haven't eaten anything. I'm so hungry. I even didn't have water, or I sat down for a whole day. I'm so tired. But I reached hospital. I smiled through the visit, and later when I came back to my car, I was not okay. I kind of cried in my car. I was totally emotional burst, But that's okay. Sometimes you get tired, you get emotional, just let it out. So, and another important thing, the lesson what I learned was showing up doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It just means you have to be there, okay? When you are even empty, that still matters. Your family, your friends, your parents, they need you and you should be there in whatever state you are. Okay. So if your inbox is exploding, your laundry is yelling, you are trying to manage and juggle between work, your family, your goals, your bills, dry shampoo, or your own sanity, guess what? You are doing great. Real balance is wobbly, it's messy. It's saying yes to cereal for dinner sometimes and no to guilt. That's all for today. But don't forget to follow or subscribe. It helps me keeps the chaos coming. Smash that button like you just found those heels. Those are comfy and on sale. Rare but real. And send me your balance fails. I want to hear your wildest multitasking moment. Your oops, I double booked again stories. And the time you napped through the Zoom call. Because this is a judgment-free jungle gym. Until next time, breathe, laugh, nap when you can, and remember, you are working it out, one hilariously chaotic step at a time. Thank you.